Okay, welcome back, and I have a new video for you with explaining print and println methods. And let me show you. Let's start with our previous example that we had in our previous video, system.out.println. So this is how you pronounce it, system.out.println, whenever you read this statement. And what this does is using a system class that is already existing in Java, we're specifying what we want to do. So out will mean that we want to print it out to our device. And if we see system in, and you will see it later, system in will just mean that we want to get input from the user. So out stands for output, in stands for input. That's all there is, the difference. Now, everything that's inside of the parentheses with the parentheses and the quotation marks is going to be printed out to your device. In this case, it will be a monitor. So in this case, we are printing a string, programming is great fun, to our monitor. As I told you before, the print line method will place a new line at the end of your string that you're printing out. So these two lines, this is being printed out on two separate lines, will be printed out on two separate lines. Now, print works the same way, very similarly. However, as I mentioned before, it's not gonna move your cursor to the next line. So whenever we have right here system.out.print, these lines will be printed on the same line. This will output exactly like this. These lines will be printed as one word on the as one word, same line. And you might be wondering why that is. And it's simply because you're ending your sentence right here without a space, and you're starting here without a space. So your computer does not assume that you want a space in between of these two print statements. It does not care. So you have to be very mindful of that next time. And you see that this happens here too. On does not have a space, T doesn't have a space. That's why on they will be printed as one word. The same thing was be printed as one word. There are different ways to put new lines in your strings though. There are so many more things that you can print with Java and so many different ways on how to do it. So in this case, we can still use our print, right? That is not going to take our cursor to the next line. However, we can add a sequence, escape sequence in the end that's going to be \n, and \n just means that you want your cursor to be moved to the new line at the end of your sentence. Here are some of the Java escape sequences that we have. So \n is going to be a new line, \t is going to be a tab, \b is going to be a backspace, so it's going to move your cursor it's going to move left one position. Then \r is going to be a carriage return. Then double backslash is just going to print one backslash, because remember what we use double backslash for? We use that for comments in Java. Then if you want to print a single quote, you have to put backslash single quote, because again, you cannot do that in Java. Java is very case sensitive. It's not like Python. So there are some rules that apply in Java that do not apply in Python. And the same thing with the double quote. If you want to print a double quote, you have to put a backslash and a double quote. You cannot just put a double quote, because whenever we want to print our strings, we have to use double quotes and put our strings that we want to print inside of those double quotes. So you might be thinking, we have two characters, right? We have two characters right here, but only one is being printed. And it's simple. It's coded into the language. So your compiler will automatically know what to do with your escape sequences. And right here, what we have, look at this. We have print, and print line. And we are printing, these are our top sellers with a colon and a \n. A \n is going to take us to the new line. And then we are printing \t, which stands for tab, computer games. Then we're moving our cursor to the next line, and we're using the tab again. So then we're printing coffee, and then we're moving our cursor to the next line, and then we're using the tab again and printing aspirin. And this is the output that you will get. These are our top seller oh, they're missing an S. These are our top sellers is going to be your output. And then there's going to be a little space right here. There's going to be a tab, computer games, tab, coffee, tab, aspirin. So this is all it's going to do. All right, I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a pretty short video. I figured it's going to be easier for you guys to look for information whenever you need help with your labs and with your quizzes and with your coding exercises. So I will just be posting these little videos that are going to be named with exactly which topic they're covering. So in this case, this video is probably going to be named something like using print functions in Java. And in our next video, we're going to be talking about Java variables and variable declarations. Hope you had fun. Bye.